Welcome to Citizen Concerned, where we remind you to beware of the Comrades. I'm Kgalema and would appreciate it if you subscribed to our YouTube channel, liked and shared this video with other citizens. When you choose who to vote for, do you ever ask yourself, who is this person that I'm voting for loyal to? Have you ever wondered why it is that when all evidence showed that former President Jacob Zuma was destroying this country, he came back again and again? His home was renovated with our taxes, and instead of serious action being taken against him by our government, he survived. Former President Thabo Mbeki tried to stop Zuma from being our next president, and what happened? The ANC protected Zuma. Right now, President Cyril Ramaphosa was found with US dollars that entered the country illegally without being declared upon entry. There is no record of that money entering South Africa, which is illegal, yet he has been protected. The ANC did nothing to him. Law enforcement did nothing to him. The National Prosecuting Authorities did nothing to him. The money was obviously smuggled into the country. Our very own president is involved in what looks like illicit cash deals, which means there is probably an element of money laundering in all this. But guess what? He is still safe. Nothing is happening to him. The same applies to Zizi Kodwa, who was implicated in state capture, and he even admitted to receiving money from the private companies. That man is protected, still in government today, even holds the office of Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture. Where now you just go and vote for the ANC and you don't care about these and other things that happened. How do you justify supporting these kinds of people? Is it still a matter of you feeling that you owe them because of the RDP house, electricity, water, school that they made available to you and your children? Let's get something clear here. That was not a favor by the ANC. It was their job. They did not do it out of the goodness of their hearts, and they did not do it out of their own pockets. It was through money taken from working citizens by way of tax. So stop feeling like you owe the ANC because you don't. What you owe yourself and your fellow South African citizens is to vote the ANC out of power. Why? Well, for starters, it is obvious that all the people we see in Parliament belonging to the ANC are corrupt. All of them. Both those doing the stealing and those keeping quiet about the thieves. They all know who is dirty. They all know who is corrupt. Look at one of their biggest supporters said about this recently.
So those people in Parliament, are they subject more to their party line than they are to the Constitution?
The party contest election. I think that's fair.
Yeah, but there's a Constitution that they swear allegiance to.
Yes. You see, there's a thin line between the two. Look, if I'm deployed by my political party and give me a party line, I ought to follow the party line because
even if you know it's illegal.
That can be handled internally in the party. Yes, you have to do that.
So you have to do that. So
yes,
in other words,
if
you know that your president has committed a crime or a senior member has committed a crime or whatever it is, if you are deployed to Parliament by your party, you've got to just sit there and say nothing to see here.
We shouldn't put it in that simple manner. It's quite a complex matter. Remember, others are matters of investigation, matters of speculations.
But it's not that complex.
In Jacob Zuma's case, it was quite complex because even at the time when Kanja's matter was raised, there has not been any court judgment that necessitated that he must be removed by the party. At the point where things get worse, the party removed him.
This is a big deal, South Africa. A political party is not above the people of South Africa. The ANC does not believe that their job as members of parliament, as ministers and president is to represent and protect the people of South Africa. This is a clear issue within the ANC. Here is another ANC politician that was very superior during the days of Jacob Zuma.
Frank interview, she warned against members of the ANC airing the organization's dirty linen in public.
The ANC is bigger than all of us, and that anyone who wants to raise an issue about what has happened to them must go to the structures of the ANC, because this has been the culture of the ANC. And therefore, if there are differences, they must be sorted out from the officials level up until the National Executive Committee level. They cannot be sorted out through media statements.
So are you taking particular issue with the statement released by the Deputy Minister of Finance? You feeling that should have been an internal discussion?
Not only the minister, everyone has been talking, starting from the issue of the appointment of the Minister of Finance to the issues of the people that were approached and others calling on people to speak about what has happened to them. So we might have different issues, and all those issues are not important. It is the ANC that is important, because if one starts throwing hanging dirty linen outside, the others are going to say, you too have done this and this and that. And so that is why it has never been the culture of the ANC to discuss issues outside the African National Congress. Even that family, if people feel it has to be brought to book, structures must do that. The officials must call them and talk to them and give them a marching order, not through shouting outside, because all of us there in the NEC have our smallanyana skeletons, and we don't want to take out all skeletons out, because there will be, or hell will break loose.
Imagine, the news came out stating that instead of then President Jacob Zuma appointing ministers, he left that very important job to the Guptas. We had the Gupta family offering ministerial jobs to ANC politicians. Instead of saying, yeah, that is definitely wrong, she attacked the people within the ANC who were speaking up. A few years ago, former President Kgalema Motlante said this.
The ANC has the possibility to renew itself, but that would take lots of courage. And failing that, it has to hit rock bottom. It has to lose elections for a penny to drop.
Would you like to see, hang on, that's so important. Would it be good for South Africa if it were voted out?
It will be good for the ANC itself.
And
if
for the people of your country.
Out, because let me tell you why. Because those elements who are in it for the largesse will quit, will desert it. And only then would the possibility arise for, salvaging whatever is left of it.
You seem to be telling me if there were an election in South Africa tomorrow, you would not vote for the ANC.
Well, I'm a member of the ANC.
That doesn't matter. Would you actually vote for them?
The vote is a secret. You don't know.
So back then, the ANC had to reach rock bottom to change. If you love South Africa so much, don't you think you should make sure that more and more people abandon the ANC? If former President Motlante really believed in the people of South Africa, should he not help them remove the ANC? The same applies to Mbeki, who said the following.
I say to the ANC comrades that when you say I must go campaigning next year, to say to people, vote ANC. How am I going to do that? To say vote ANC, when I know very well that the branch of the ANC in this constituency is led by a criminal. You can't. It's not possible to go and say vote ANC for a criminal.
So the same politicians came here to tell us to vote for the ANC. Those same politicians are now telling us that the same ANC, which is led by people that hide foreign currency in couches, that renovate homes without taxes, that one is the right political party to vote for. These people who told us that the ANC should lose in order to change are telling us to keep the ANC in power. The same people who said the ANC is led by criminals. They know very well that criminals are in the ANC, and they said it before, but now they're telling us to vote for that same party after they told us that they wouldn't campaign for it. How does that make any sense? Well, some young people are falling for it. Majority of us thought that old people from before 1994 are the ones who would vote for the ANC, but clearly we have something different. We have young people that actually want to vote for the ANC, even buying ANC merch and dancing in it. I suspect that people that vote for the ANC right now, after everything we know about the ANC, just don't know any better. And it is those among us who know these things who should go and share the message and inform them. Some people vote for the ANC because they think the ANC is the only party that will give them grants. And some vote for the ANC because it's the only party that visits them. But it's good to see people like this who don't buy into the ANC lies.
Ifana nalomsebenzi asiwuthola bathola amamember wakhona mos. Ngaphandle kwamamember bavusa ama contract khona la baqashana babona. Sina sesobona ngabantu sebase igrade sebasebenza uthi amaposta kanjani ayikho leyo. Nje mabangachintshura amaphosa bafaka omunye esitulweni.
Message vura amaphosa.
Cela suke esitulweni. Asukela ngakhishwa umuntu aziresignele nje. Abuyisiphele nje maybe kuphatha omunye umuntu ke. Kodwa yena Ramaphosa makasale vele sekasarenda unemali awuthi yami bethe yonke into sarenda. Ayena karizayina unika abanye isitulo noma banganika mina isitulo. Uzenza ngcono.
In addition to those who don't know any better, the people who vote for ANC are the group with government positions and those benefiting through BEE deals and BEE appointments. You see them in your neighborhoods, right? These ANC supporters who come to campaign for you to vote for the ANC, they arrive in your poor neighborhoods driving in bulletproof BMWs and G-Wagons with millions upon millions of rands asking you to vote ANC. They play loud music, speeches by men like Oliver Tambo, and give you t-shirts and KFC. They don't even have any shame to be driving in poor neighborhoods in expensive cars. They don't even have the respect to get out of their fancy cars, have proper conversations with you, and hand you the t-shirt. To them, just throwing t-shirts for you to pick up from the floor is okay. It's enough to get the vote, which shows you what little respect they have for those that they are asking to vote for them. In their heads, as long as these poor citizens have free t-shirts and free KFC, they'll be convinced to vote for the political party that is keeping them poor. Those are not free things. There is nothing free on earth. It's a price they are paying you to buy your vote. Take their t-shirt and use it to wipe the floor. Take their KFC and enjoy it, but never ever vote for the ANC or MK Party or the EFF. These people are all from the same ANC. Now they come in different t-shirts. They come calling themselves by a different name, but they looted and stole our taxes together under the ANC. Learn something from this gogo who will not take it lying down. She's tired of the ANC nonsense, and she showed former President Kgalema Motlante that she is no fool.
Instead, you don't work like that, man.
They are saying give them another chance, Mama.
What chance? What's about how opalete? Nah, I can say Kim said it's horrible. Give her two, honestly, because I feel Bashulehile. I feel Bashulehile. 30 years, it's a long time already. Okafa to chance anyway after 30 years, Ashulehile. And the mentality abona is wrong. Ntaba iduletse mole kichelete fela. Enrich themselves. And Honachik, it's 30 years after. Le Honachaba so be rich. But since I never turned to be rich some more. No. This is not fair. It's not right. Absolutely wrong.
She showed the ANC that she can see through their rubbish. South Africans need to be more sophisticated in their voting. You need to see through their lies. Take a listen to this beautiful, amazing gogo.
Some residents, however, did not hold back.
The way you look at things, having a respect for Sichawa Sahabolun. You have no respect whatsoever. The way you busa kating halibusa handli, halina chombo. Lituto about lichombo man. Respect your nation.
That's right.
They even humble themselves and come folding their hands, looking like they care. They are the real traitors. They are disgusting to the bone. Gogo told them, if Gogo, who experienced apartheid, can tell that the ANC is not the right party, what is your excuse? ANC is not the only party, South Africa. We have Action SA, ACDP, DA, IFP, BOSA, UIM, and many others. So you have no excuses, guys. Vote differently, please. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with other citizens. I'm Kgalema. This is Citizen Concerned, and until next time, beware of the comrades.